Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Well, it's Saturday and Saturday's the day we normally reserve for the quirky map. Today's map is not exactly quirky. It takes a different slant on a system that we see very regularly, that being the 5x5, centre 25 tiles, and you can build from there. Instead of that, we have a 3x3 off-centre, not that that really matters, and it's by a creator who's never made a map before.
It's my first map.
That's right. As our first map, a 100% vanilla map and a novel approach of a regularly seen meme that we normally see, well, it's actually not too bad at all. It's not going to set the world alight, but who wants to set the world alight anyway? Really? You? That's right, a good way of setting the world alight is by hitting that like button. Thank you very much for your ongoing support. Oh, hell spells. Today's map is a Vanilla Island G by gArf. Now the G is a capital, but the gArf is a lowercase. I'm guessing the G is for gArf though. Let's have a little look at that start square, which certainly seems very workable indeed. We even have the rail in the top right hand corner there as well. The terrain heights, it's half and half, flat and hilly, and it's a postage stamp, a 3x3 postage stamp. We have what's a postage stamp, Bonbon? It's what we used before electronic mail. Anyway, what have we got here? Fishing. Yes, if you got Sunset Harbour and want to do some fishing, it looks like that. The resources looked very good as well. Off to the workshop, what do we need? Well, it's 100% vanilla. We'll be using the vanilla tropical theme and the realistic 1.2, like the only non-vanilla thing in today's show, apart from all the mods that I use. Okay. Now, we're going to be doing the first part of the flyover at ground level along the roads because, frankly, I was bouncing around a lot. There is quite a lot of height differential between the bottom of the ocean and the islands. And there's not really much short of using proper cinematics, which I don't have time to do, not on a daily basis anyway. I didn't want to inflict that on you too much. So I thought we'd do a little drive in, at least to the first island, maybe a bit further. We'll see how it goes. But yes, we have a highway that connects to the edge of the map, which isn't broken. That's good. I have to say that's good because surprising the amount of times we'll come across a broken highway. Then it goes in a straight line, then it wiggles a little bit to get to the next bridge in a, I'm going to say, a moderately pleasing aesthetic way. It's better than a straight line. A straight line would have been very boring, and what gArf has done here is the bare minimum that should have been done to have kept the map looking a little bit interesting. So I think credit has to be given for it. Alongside it, you can see we have the rail running alongside as well. We don't have any uppy downies, any jinky jankies, no blue mantles. It's good, solid work. Shall we elevate? I think we might. Yeah, let's elevate. You'll see what I mean about bouncing in a moment. So anyway, yes, as you can see, we come in from the edge of the map, straight line, off to the right, straight line, off to the left, straight line. Keeps it a bit interesting. And now we're going to bounce. And I just wanted to... I just didn't want to do this to you too much. So yeah, that's it. It'll be easier once we get over land. At least we can follow the terrain a little bit. It's not a realistic, the gradients on the rail, but I don't think anybody's really expecting it to be, and anybody's really going to get that worried about it. It's a vanilla style map, and it's for a vanilla style gameplay. And think what of the maps that come out of the box, this is on a par with those in terms of gradients. So let's not fret too much about that. The highways are, snugly together, but once they get into the start square, they separate up to make it very easy to connect them when you actually start building a city. So there's credit to be given there as well. You don't need any mods to connect to the highways. And we have the rail up on the left hand side here. No catenary chaos on the rail as well, so there's more credit to be given there. So where you're not getting too excited about the map, also note there's not too much really so far to really mark the map down on either. So credit, first map, nothing really to moan about. And anyway, there you go, into the start square, looks very workable to me. Intermission time.
Do you have trouble knowing how to start a new city? Do you need to return to the absolute basics just this once? Don't worry, I won't tell. Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Your First City. Click the information button now.
What a place to build your first city on the Vanilla Island G by gArf. And we have shipping routes. There are 2 of them. They run either side of the island. They don't cross over, and they don't worry about the big old bridge because everybody loves a big old bridge. Credit to be given there as well. We're not set, as I said at the start of the show, we're not setting the world alight here. We're not setting new standards. We're just not doing anything stupid. And the amount of times we see something really stupid, I mean, the worst thing is the gradients. And to be honest with you, on a map like this, as long as they're not that bad, I don't think it really matters. Water flow, good and strong through the start square, exactly what you would want. And some interesting river to lake to river spawn point up in the mountain. It's interesting. It's fair dues, you know. Half the map is very flat and field-like and buildable. The river's a little bit gouged, but again, I've seen a lot worse. And at least we haven't got a 3-mile drop down to actually place your harbours or anything like that. The rivers are, they're for what the map is and for the size of the map, the rivers are actually quite interesting. I mean, yeah, not blown away or super excited by it, but there's nothing really to get too down on here, and they make some sort of sense. Now we've got a waterfall here, which is a little bit clunky with the water. It just doesn't quite want to flow over like a waterfall. So there's a little grumble there. A little lake over here. This is where the troll lives, of course, in the troll's cave. And apparently we worship the troll. As you would. I think that's probably going to be a good place for a screenshot. We'll head back here a little bit later on. What more have we got going on with the map? It's not going to take too long to fly over this. The hills are difficult to get into, but no reason why you couldn't. The mix of trees is very vanilla and very cartoony because of it. But we've got a good tree density, so there's credit, I guess, for that. Then we have the fields with the nod to hedgerows without them actually being hedgerows because they'd be crazily wide for hedgerows. But again, we're just trying to say, hey, look, we have fields going on here. Little island off the side here within the 9x9 tiles, so again a buildable area. I'd like to point out we do seem to have what would appear to meant to be a beach. That would seem to be a beach with no sand on, and I think this is a missed opportunity for doing a little bit of sand painting. So let's do a little bit of sand paint. Let's do a slightly larger brush. So I think it was supposed to look like this, and I'm assuming that gArf just simply forgot to put the sands down on the beach. There we go, one sandy beach. Yeah, I mean, it adds a little bit, it adds a pinch to the map. Over this side as well, it looks like we're supposed to have a sandy beach over here. I'm not doing this side as well, but yeah, to me that looks like it should be sand painted. Okay, and then we have all the buildable space, and we've got some are these fjords? Ready built harbour areas, actually shipbuilding harbour areas. Maybe that's what you should be doing on this map. Right, so again, it's not set in the world light, but it's definitely a playable map. If you're looking for something like this, it's absolutely spot on. Anyway, back to the start square, which is bang in the middle, and we have an asset of the day. And it's that legend SvenBerlin. Yes, Sven is back with another animated asset. Now, I was actually going to try and remember what they've done here, but they've done all the animation. I believe the forklift model was by Thomas 13TO. The palette, I've completely forgotten who made the palette, but Sven, because they're a legend, has included links to both of those things on the workshop page. You will need the custom animation loader mod active for this to work, and it just drives backwards and forwards and elevates. And if you put down some prop pallets in the right place, it will park those pallets on the top of them. As you can see, it'll drop them into the air, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll just float there because there's supposed to be pallets underneath. But that's your job, not Sven's. Factoids, because factoids. People in Tibet stick their tongues out at each other as a sign of respect. And I would say that's fair dues. There you go, factoid of the day. Forklift animated one by SvenBerlin. Very nice asset of the day. Well done, Sven. Keep them coming. Right, what's after this? Oh, I know. We get towards the end of the map. Let's prepare for the end of the show. And that would require you to do some clicking. Now, please do get involved here. It's not enough people get involved. All you need is a Facebook, Gmail, or a Patreon, or an Apple account. Head on over to the link in the top right corner of your screen, or head over to patreon.com/BonBonB, and it'll be the most recent public post, and just basically vote on the map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. But what do I think of it? Well, it's okay. Again, it's not setting the world on fire. But as vanilla maps go, it's a little bit uninspiring, but it's not ugly. It does what it's intended to do, but I think it could have been a little bit more so even in vanilla mode. So I'm going to go 3 stars because it's not an ugly map, but it doesn't do much. So I'm going to go low end. Detailing. There's a little bit of detailing here, fairly good road standards, but again, we're not setting the world alight. I'm going to go 3 stars again. I'm going to go slightly below middle 3. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Gameplay potential. Look, if this is what you're looking to build on, then this is absolutely set. I'm going to have to go right down the middle on a 3-star for this one. I think it's a once through Let's Play, and it's going to suit for the people that are specifically looking for this sort of map absolutely perfectly. Vanilla Island G by gArf. Yep, no worlds being set on fire, but a very solid standard map that is going to suit for people that are looking for something specifically like that, and a vanilla map. And there's nothing really wrong with it. I mean, a bit of sand painting and a slightly clunky waterfall. That's it, really. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. We'll be back tomorrow with the Steam Chart Show, the top 20 assets of the week. And I'll be back again on Monday with another What map, because, well, it's What map. Oh, and of course the tutorial. Don't miss that one tomorrow night.